Come back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the tease in my life, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Okay. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. All right, welcome back. All right, so as I was about to get ready to go live, I realized, the thing that I wanted to showcase needed an updated version of Chrome because it's a new feature in Chrome. So I was like, oh crap, wait, is this the right? Because I was playing with it on my other laptop and I had it updated. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, I don't think I updated this one. And so I had to go search and make sure it was up. So it wasn't updated. So I had to wait for it to download and relaunch everything. So yeah, that's why I'm a few minutes late. But that doesn't matter because it's recorded. It's fine. All right. So the thing I wanted to show is pretty dope. It's a thing that I've been looking forward to for a minute, ever since I saw the first iteration of it. You know what I mean? And hold on. I'm adding a link to it so you can check it out next to the recording of the video. But the thing I am talking about, that was weird. Okay, so the thing I'm talking about is cross-document view transitions for multi-page applications. Because previously we had the same document view transitions, because the whole thing is view transitions. Basically going from like having a transition from one page to the next, right? And the one that was released previously was for like same document view transition. So like for like single page applications. So it was using, if it wasn't built into the browser, it was using some JavaScript to kind of like smooth it over. But if it was a single page app, you're able to transition between pages. And I spoke about this before when it was a single page app stuff, right? Kind of amazing. So it basically takes like a snapshot of the page you're currently on and the page that you want to go to. And then like it transitions in between them. By default, it's a fade, but then you can actually like apply, let's say like labels or IDs. So if there's an ID on the current page and ID, the same ID on another page, it will like transition to that. It's pretty dope. And so now it's not only for that, but for like multi-page apps now. So because single page apps are, they may look like they're multiple pages, like, you know, slash whatever page, but no, it's all one core page thing. It's using like JavaScript behind the scenes to do stuff, right? To trickery. It's all smoke and mirrors. Whereas with this one, it's actually going from a page to another page. I think as long as it's on the same domain, from what I understand. And so there's like, no, you can't go to like Google, then your website and it transitions or anything. No, it's like your site slash page 1 to your site slash page 2. And there, but it's actually like independent pages. You know what I'm saying? Like in your document, like it's 2 pages or whatever. You know what I'm saying? In your code, unless you're using like I forgot what we call those things, like wildcards in your whatever framework you're using. Either here or there, as if it's like 2 independent pages. They'll probably explain this a lot better than I am. But so Shasta Brahmas. And so I posted a link to this article, and it'll be next to the recording of the video on the site. All right, so when a view transition occurs between 2 different documents, it is called a cross-document view transition. This is typically the case in multi-page applications, or MPAs. Cross-document view transitions are supported in Chrome from Chrome 126. So I was on like 125 point something, and I just did a quick check, and it's so I'm now at 126 point something. Awesome. But you can see, so basically since Edge is using Chrome, is like a Chromium browser, it also supports it. But the thing is, Firefox and Safari, as of right now, not so much. But so for Safari and Firefox, they'll just see regular page transitions or whatever. So it's not like it's going to break your site. You know what I'm saying? All right, so cross-document view transitions rely on the very same building blocks and principles as same document view transitions, SPAs, right? Which is very intentional. The browser takes snapshots of elements that have a unique view transition name on both the old and new page. It's kind of like how I was saying how to take snapshots. The DOM gets updated while rendering is suppressed. All right, so before it gets like it, before it renders, it updates the DOM, the tree, you know what I'm saying, with the elements, right? And then the transitions are powered by CSS animations, and then it renders it, right? Cool. So, okay, so yeah, so they're saying, hey, if you want to learn more about, it, check out the previous version of it, right? So what's different when compared with same document view transitions is that the cross-document view transitions, you don't need to call document.start view transition to start a view transition. Instead, the trigger for a cross-document view transition is the same origin navigation. So again, same my website dot something slash something to my website dot something slash another something kind of thing from one page to another. An action that is typically performed by the user of your website clicking a link. So going from like page to page, right? In other words, there is no API to call in order to start a view transition between two documents because, like I said before, the single page app is basically just a single page, but it renders each page, each new page in that same shell. So that's why you need to do like a start view transition method. You know what I'm saying? You need to call that. Yes, because it's not like it's actually changing URLs. You know what I'm saying? All right, or like loading a new page. It's changing the URL in the URL bar, but then actually like bringing up a whole new page. So both documents need to exist on the same origin, like I said before. Both pages need to opt in to allow the view transition. So then, if you don't want a certain page to have the view transition, just don't include the. I forget, it's a CSS thing. I have to remember. They'll probably talk about more. So in Chrome 126, cross-document view transitions are limited to main frame navigations only. In future releases, so basically, I guess you can't do like iframes. In a future release, cross-document view transitions will also be enabled for navigations occurring in iframes. So yeah. All right, cool. So they're talking about the same origin navigation stuff. So you can see right here, as long as it has, this, all this here, as long as that's the same. But then, yeah, of course, normally don't need like the port because the port is normally whatever your server is serving up. So yeah, so for example, you can have a cross-document view transition when navigating from developer.chrome.com to developer.chrome.com/blog. But it doesn't work for like subdomains. So if you have like developer.chrome.com, going to www.chrome.com, that's not going to work because those are cross-origin and same site. So yeah. Okay, so to opt in, you need this. This is what it was in the CSS. At view transition navigation auto. So in the view transition at rule, set the navigation descriptor to auto to enable transitions for cross-document same origins navigations. So that's cool. So because it's going to load the CSS anyway, but the thing is, there's no you couldn't. Well, they have a thing where you can like listen for page reveal. I think it was in page something or whatever. But I don't think there's a way to actually in JavaScript kick it off. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably talk about stuff here. So by setting navigation descriptor to auto, you are opting in to allowing view transitions to happen for the following navigation types. I wonder why the S isn't. Oh, because it's going to navigation type. It tells you, okay, either traverse, push, or replace. If the activation was not initiated by the user through browser UI mechanisms. Okay, so you can do like push, and is it replace? Kind of like, is it push and pop? I don't know. But yeah, so I guess it's you're doing like JavaScript if you want to have them change pages or whatever without having to like click a link or something. Navigations excluded from auto are, for example, navigating using the URL address bar or clicking a bookmark, as well as any form of user or script initiated reload. Okay, so okay, no reload, but I guess from going to page should be fine. Okay, but yeah, it's not like you can go to a bookmark and then it's actually going to transition or anything. And same for like typing it in. Okay, and to the URL address bar. Makes sense. Then if a navigation takes too long, more than 4 seconds in Chrome's case, then the view transition is skipped with a timeout error or DOM exception. Okay. All right, so yeah, so let's look at a demo. So check out the following demo that uses a transition to create a stack navigator demo. There are no calls to document.view start view transition here. The view transitions are triggered by navigating from one page to another. So yeah, so you can see kind of like how it works here. So by clicking a link, see it brings in the message, and then you can go further in and you can navigate back. And you can also use the back, forward, and back buttons, which is dope. All right, but let's see it in the actual thing here. So here is the actual site. View this tab instead. So here it is. So not the video, but here it is in real life. So let's say I click this one, right? The second one. It loads it up, even though it's a different message, but sure, fine, whatever. Oh, because it's just going to a detail page and you can't see the URL bar. Never mind. But yeah, it just went to /detail. All right. And then if I click this goes to /detail2. All right. So those are like the 3 pages: the index, detail, detail2. And then this goes back all the way to the. Wait, maybe hold on. Let me go back to detail2. This doesn't go to detail. Interesting. But it went back, like the URL didn't say detail and end of it, but it went back to detail. Interesting. And this one goes back to the main page. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now they had another cool example. Let me share this tab instead. So yeah, there's that, right? So here's the page swap and page reveal events I was talking about. So to customize cross document view transitions, so if you want to make it, I think the default is still fade. There are some web platform features that you can use. So again, there's the page swap, page reveal events, navigation activation information. I think that's like the page information, and then render blocking. Cool. These features are not part of the View Transition API specification itself, but are designed to be used in conjunction with it. Oh, so you can do these regardless. Yeah, because I think I was testing it, and page swap and page reveal like loaded super quick on the site, but I couldn't really do anything with them. So page so it's been since 124, but still not available in Firefox or Safari. So there's some things you can listen for on there. Dope. So like for example, the last click X and last click Y, right? So you can add a listener for the click, so anywhere on the page or whatever, and then it's like, so if you click, this is looking for href tags, right? A tags. If it's that, return back. That means you click the link. Otherwise, set the last click X and last click Y variables, right? Then, so you're going to write the position to the old store, to local storage. Is it local storage? Session storage. So using page swap. So before it swaps, right, you're going to take, if the event that's happening is a view transition and you have like a last click, then you're going to set the session storage, right? Cool. Wonder why that just says last click. I have to play around with that because I would think it'd have to be like last click X or last click Y. I'm not sure. I have to play around with it. So it's going to set this thing, right? But then when the page loads, when the new one loads, you set and if the event was a view transition, then you can call from session storage the last click X and last click Y. So if you wanted to, I don't know, maybe like if you click something, like as if it was maybe like you click a shape or something, and you want to have that shape be like, let's say you clicked and drag or whatever, right? And you have that shape that you want to be in the next page. You would do that so that that thing would stay there, I guess, or something. And that's what I quickly would think about. Or maybe if you wanted to remember where someone last clicked something, huh? Interesting. I don't know, but yeah, because like maybe you wanted to, if you wanted to pin something, and then the next page reveal whether or not, like pin the tail on the whatever, right? And maybe like you wanted to show like how close they were or something. I don't know, whatever. Or maybe even like a scoreboard. Like maybe like you're like you need to pick. I have no clue, because sometimes like if it's a game, let's say if it's a game, right? And you wanted to uh yeah, and you wanted to, yeah, and you wanted to be able to, so because if you already had the answer on the board, somebody could just view the page to say, oh, there's the answer or whatever, right? View the source. But if you click a certain place, then you take that to the next page where the answers are. Then you can say whether or not it was the right choice or something. I don't know. It's just something I'm kind of thinking about. Whatever. I don't know. Because but then that way you wouldn't have to worry about sending stuff to a server, maybe. No clue. I don't know. But that's the stuff I'm kind of like thinking off the top of my head. So the view transition object and page swap, page reveal are two different objects. They also handle the various promise differently. Okay, cool. They talk about some navigation stuff. Cool. Okay, so here's this profiles demo thing. So the navigation. Okay, what? Okay, for example, in the MPA stack navigator that we saw, the type of animation to use depends on the navigation path. When navigating from the overview page to the detail page, the new content needs to slide in from the right to left. When navigating to the detail page to the overview page, the old content needs to slide out from left to right. Okay, well, let me test that again. Hold on. Let me go back to that. Hold on. Can't really notice that. All right, so if you're on the overview page, going here, it comes in from the right. Okay, but then going back, okay, yeah, so that page went to the left instead of having this come back from the right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Cool. All right, so yeah, so now for this, browsers can now expose navigation activation objects which hold the info about the same origin and navigation. This object exposes the user navigation type, the current and the final destination history entries as found in navigation entries from the navigation API. All right, wow. So on an activated page, you can access this object through navigation activation in the page swap events. Okay, you can access this through e.activation. So then they have this other demo that uses navigation activation info in the page swap and page reveal events to set the view transition name values on the elements that need to participate in the view transition. That way, you don't have to decorate. So that way you don't have to decorate each and every item in the list with a view transition name up front. Instead, this happens just in time using JavaScript only on elements that you need. Okay, so I guess so kind of like they only need, I guess, like the name and the profile picture. They'll add those, and then this other stuff just loads in. So the code is as follows. So the old page logic. So you have the page swap because that's from the old page. And what are they setting? So yeah, so they're setting the querying for the profile name, which comes from the URL. Okay, so from the URL. So it'd be like / whoever's name or something, or maybe like a query parameter or something. So that's why they say extract profile name from URL. You figure that out, right? But you can get the target URL, this here, from the activation, like I said before, eactivation.entry.url. That's dope. So that way, then you can get the profile, the span, which is the name, I guess, or yeah, they call it name, and then the avatar. So you get that. So you're setting the view transition name on those things to name an avatar. Cool. Then remove view transition names after snapshots have been taken to deal with BF cache. I'm not even sure what that is. So await each transition and finish. So once it's done, and this is the page swap, then you set them to none. Okay. All right. Then the new page logic. So you have the page reveal. So the from URL to the current URL. So it's that, right? So then you're saying if it's a profile page, you can check from the URL, and if it's the home page, then the profile, you get it, the current URL. Okay. All right. And then you set the view transition names value. So you do the same profile span and image because you get the profile from the URL, and then you set the name and avatar, and then you do the same cleanup. So instead of being finished, it's when it's ready, you set it to none. Okay, because it's already done. Like when it's ready to be view transition again. Okay. Okay. So the code also cleans up after itself by removing view transition name values after the view transition ran. Okay. So this way, the page is ready for successive navigation and can also handle traversal of the history. So like going back and forth or whatever. Okay. So to aid with this, use the utility function that temporarily sets that. Oh, okay. So it's another way of doing it. Okay. So in the previous code, using this set temporary view transition names function that they gave you, so that same page swap, we can do is use that here now. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because you're saying, okay. All right. So it's basically doing what it was before. That's cool. That's dope. All right. All right. Yeah, because you're waiting for this, the VT promise, the view transition promise, which is what you said here. And the new page logic should be like the same exact thing. Okay, that's dope. So they kind of make it easier instead. It's kind of like crunching it down. That's dope. All right, cool. And then wait for content to load with render blocking. So because you can't really transition if your element that you're transitioning to hasn't rendered yet. So, or it hasn't shown up in the DOM, I guess. In some cases, you may want to hold off the first render of a page until a certain element is present in the new DOM. Exactly. So this avoids flashing and ensures the state you're animating is stable. Yeah, because you don't want to have it. Because if it's not the thing you're animating to is not there, then where is it going to be animating, from? Like, where's it going to go, kind of thing. So yeah, so you can do that with there. Cool. And you have different types and cross view transitions. Okay. Oh, so yeah, so like here's the slide forward thing that we saw before. Oh, I never showed the other demo. Hold on. So here's the other demo page, right? So here's like the overview page, and then so here's Brahmas, the person who wrote the article. You see how that, so that span, well, the span was the name and the image, and you can click here, it goes to another one, it'll transition. That's pretty dope. And the only thing you're changing, because so this is not changing this, but the URL is changing / the person's name, right? And then go there, super cool. And then when we go back, it went back there. That's super dope. That is super cool. So yeah, so all the names are like changing and they go back to their original place. That is awesome. That is awesome. Cool. All right. Switch to this tab here. All right. So set the types on the fly, right? So you set the types that you want, slide forwards on that same view transition that lets you know, hey, set the navigation to do view transitions. Okay. So then to set the types on the fly, use a page swap and page reveal. So I guess you'll use those a lot. Events to manipulate the value of the e-transition types, which I guess it gets it from here, maybe, I guess. So maybe it pulls it from here, so then you can do it there. So then, yeah, so determining it. So again, they just say, hey, you have to figure out determine transition type. I guess from like the oh yeah, so from and the entry, and your thing will say, hey, is that slide forwards or what? I guess, and then you add it. Transition type. Yes, which is comes from here. So I guess you'd say whether it's like slide or full, or oh no, this is set it up front. To set these types up front, add it. But then if you want to do it on the fly, you don't put that, and then you do it here. Okay. Okay, and then they have all this stuff here, active view, transition type, and you set it here. You say what to do, and you add the view transition name to like the article and pagination. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'm going to like play around with. But I think this could be a cool thing in that actual new project that I want to start up. They talk about BF Cache again. What is? I'm not sure what BF Cache. I had to like look that up, but yeah, it's pretty dope. So in the following pagination demo, the page contents slide forwards or backwards based on the number that you're navigating to. Okay, so like index 1, and then here's index 2, index 3, and it slides. That's pretty dope. Let me open up that one. I'm going way too long in this, but hold on. All right, so here's the main page. If I click here, see, it only slide once. So because even though I went, there wasn't like an intermediary, like there wasn't a 2. It just slide over one time. Okay. Yeah, there's like, so yeah. Regardless, that's still pretty cool. But this is loading that page. Like this is page 3. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't see the URL, but it's like /index3. That's pretty cool. This is actually kind of handy. I might kind of use this for something. That is pretty dope. I didn't know that is actually cool. That is Okay, that's pretty dope. That might be actually cool for a project I'm actually working on. I don't know. I gotta look into that more. Cool. But yeah, and they talk about how to do it here. Now, yeah, that's dope. Okay, that is kind of amazing. So this is the thing I've been kind of like looking forward to having happen. And so right now it's in Chrome 126, Edge 126, not in Firefox or Safari yet. But once those happen, it's going to be like an automatic upgrade. You know what I'm saying? Because for them, it won't look any different. It's just like a regular web page. But then when they get upgraded, it's going to be like, oh, this is, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's just amazing. I don't know. I think this stuff is super cool. And yeah, as you can tell, I was talking about it a lot. All right, I'm going to get y'all back to work. Again, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back 15 minutes after the hour. Till then, I wish you much productivity. We'll send you off with some traveling music. This is Nujabez featuring a Pawnee B. The track is called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out. See you for the final break session. We'll take a look at an artist's website, maybe listen to music, maybe become a fan. All right. Thanks again. Y'all be easy and peace.
Let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing up to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing up to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing up to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all.